Sagittarius, welcome. Welcome back if you're returning. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot. This is your weekly read. This is a reading for Sagittarius, placement Sun, Moon, or Rising, and it's a general reading, so it will not resonate with all of you, but perhaps there'll be something of value that each of you can take into your week. We're using the Linestrider Tarot today, and I know the lighting in here is such that these cards get very washed out, but we're using it anyway, because this is the deck that I started this channel with a year ago. It's been just about a year since I started doing recordings and putting them on YouTube. Much longer than that I've been reading tarot, but at any rate, I used the Linestrider then, and I wanted to bring it back for old time's sake. We have questions this week. First, we're looking at the question of what do you think needs to change in your life right now? I think it's a time of reevaluation. Just sort of, doing a check-in, seeing how things could be improved. What do you think you need to change? That's the first line. And the second line is, what does Spirit think you need to change? Or not necessarily change in a big way, but, reevaluate it, see if you can tweak it, make it better. And then we'll pull a few cards at the end from the LightSeers deck to address the question of how do we do that, right? Because it's always good to have a little practical advice. So let's see what we have for you this week, Sagittarius. Knight of Pentacles, Hanged Man in reverse, Page of Cups in reverse. Let me just think on that energy for a bit here, feel my way through that. So I feel like whoever I'm picking up on wants things to change, feels like they're changing quite slowly, and has a sense that they change the way they see the world too often. Things aren't progressing for them the way they want them to because they're too open-minded, maybe. They're too capable of reevaluating a situation based on new data and then changing their behavior accordingly. And that's not getting them as far as they want to go. For whatever reason, the environment they're in doesn't want them to change and grow, doesn't want them to shift their perspective when they have new inputs. They want consistency. They don't want change of perspective. And this particular Sagittarius energy I'm picking up on is very good at reevaluating, being dynamic. But for whatever reason, in the area of growth you're seeking, that's thwarting you from moving forward. Also, expressing your emotions seems to be getting in the way. Or this is not really true, by the way. This is your perception I'm reading right now. I'm reading your take on the situation. What you think needs to change. You think things will move more quickly, progress will be made more quickly if I can just never evolve and not share my feelings. And when I say it that way, it sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? It does. It sounds ridiculous, but that's what you're perceiving right now, and nothing is foolish about that at all. There certainly are situations we find ourselves in sometimes where people don't want us to evolve and grow. They don't want us to change. And if you're in a situation like that, and you're relying on people like that to give you what you need or want, it can be very frustrating. And you could easily come to this conclusion that the change that needs to happen is that you need to be different. What I would caution you is that maybe your situation needs to be different. Maybe whatever is moving slowly because people don't like the fact that you grow and evolve and change, maybe the change that's needed is in that person or that situation, your relationship to that person or institution. Kind of has that vibe of a work situation where you're trying to grow and evolve as a human being and as a professional, and the people that you're working with that have the purse strings just want you to stay exactly the same. that kind of situation, which many of us find ourselves in from time to time. So let's see what Spirit says. Spirit has a different opinion. Spirit thinks that the change that's needed is that you need to love yourself more and really appreciate all of your good qualities and everything about you that is so amazing, that you need to let yourself feel joy and the lightness and the brightness of being you, to really grow your appreciation of the brilliance and the shine of you, and to take control. You should be the boss. You should not be feeling like you need to change who you are to make progress, to get ahead in life. You have so many gifts, and all of those gifts, they're just waiting to be adored by the world. And that first step is for you to take control. You be the boss. So let's look at how we get there. How do we make these changes that we're seeing here? How do we get from where we are now to a place where we don't feel like we need to be something we're not? Eight of Pentacles. Building your skills, working hard, starting to see that you're making some progress in areas where you can consistently produce a good living for yourself. The World. That is an ending chapter. That's a culmination in your favor. And I think that in this case, it may be a job change. It may be starting your own business. It may be keeping the job you have now to pay the bills, but not being invested in it quite so deeply on an emotional level while you build what matters more to you. Let's do 3 more cards for you. Hanged Man coming out again, but in the upright, not the reverse this time. And the 9 of Pentacles. This is an independent energy. This is where you are making a living and a life for yourself. You have all the resources you could possibly need or want. And you're doing it on your own. You know, you're not reliant or dependent on anyone. So I think that what I'm seeing in these cards is an appreciation, for who you have been, who you were before, and loving that person, and understanding that urge in you to grow and evolve, to be able to shift perspective when new data is provided. This is a good thing. This is such a good thing. And this is what leads to your independence and your comfort and your material security in this life. It's this recognition that who you are, this quality of yours, to be able to shift your perspective, to see things in a different way, that's an amazing skill, an amazing gift, okay? You've got this already. You've got this skill. The next step is this amazing spot in your life where you're not having to deal with these people who want you to be something other than what you are. Beautiful reading today, Sagittarius. I hope that it's helpful for some of you. Thank you so much for being here with me, sharing this time with me over the past year, tuning in and supporting the channel. It means a lot to me. And just having this space to go to spiritually every week has had such a profound effect on my past year. So thank you very much. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Blessings.